Our planet Earth. This world we live in is described as our mother. Our life and the life of many other creatures depend on it and are well controlled by the environment within it. Our environment is a critical part of us, whether it is water, vegetation, climate, air or soil, among others. But despite that, it is feared that human activity is causing stress to our environment, resulting to massive extinction of certain species. And though there are efforts towards conservation, it has not been enough, and so biodiversity losses continue. But all is not gloom. The champions of conservation and sustainable development are on a race to protect and preserve the environment, our life and our all. ACT Changieni Rasili Mali program, commonly referred to as CRM, has been running now for 4 years and is funded by the governments of Sweden and the Department of International Development of UK Aid to support non-state actors like civil societies, community-based organizations and faith-based groups to improve their capacity as they work with local communities in enhancing their participation in governance and management of natural resources in Kenya.
ACT came to Pafri and they identified what are our weaknesses, and later on they came through and improved our capacities in different fields, especially in advocacy, because normally Pafri is not a service delivery organization. It's more normally there to help people to improve their capacities.
Kenya is endowed with a collection of forests ranging from coastal forest, central high mountain forests to the thick, wet rainforests found in the western parts of the country. These forests, a natural resource, support more than just an assortment of trees and plant species, but they are also the habitat for a wide range of wildlife, including families of monkey, among many others. This is a sacred kaya forest. Mijikenda Kaya forests consist of 11 separate forest sites spread over some 200 kilometers along the Kenyan coast, containing the remains of the numerous fortified villages known as kayas. The kayas, believed to have been created in the 16th century but abandoned by the 1940s, are now regarded as the abodes of the ancestors and are revered as sacred sites, and as such are maintained by councils of elders guided by the National Museums of Kenya through a funding from Changieni Rasili Mali facility. The elders meet from time to time to talk matters of forest conservation and protection of these national environmental heritage, key in influencing the coastal climate.
Mwanzo kaya ilikuwa ziko nyingine zinagrabiwa, yani watu wanajinyakulia sehemu na kujiandikisha kama mashamba yao. Watu wanakata miti, watu wanaingia kuchimba. Yani ilikuwa yoyote atakayejisikia kufanya lile analopenda, ilikuwa anafanya bila uoga wala bila kuwa na uzito wowote.
Most of the area of forest reserves is wooded bush, bamboo and grass. The remainder consists of planted softwoods which support the numerous needs of a fast-growing economy with an appetite for timber used among building material and furniture, and along with that, it is common knowledge that forests continue to be a lifeline for majority of Kenyans and a key pillar in matters environment, and as such are vital in conserving Kenya's soil and water resources. This puts a huge strain on the rest of the land since the economy is natural resource based.
Hapa tulipo kulikuwa na wanyama aina nyingi, aina wengi. Kulikuwa na swala, kulikuwa nguruwe za mwitu, kulikuwa na chui, kulikuwa na ndovu ambao walikuwa natembea humu. Na ilikuwa ni bustani ambayo ilikuwa nafurahisha sana.
But a fast-growing population with a greater demand for land for growing food and settlement, with an urge for more fuel, is increasingly threatening the forest, a major national resource in our economic and social development.
Hii eneo kabla hatujaanza kupanda miti ilikuwa ni kama mbea, haikuwa na chochote. Hata miti ilikuwa hakuna, lakini tulipoanza kupanda miti imebadilika. Area ni green, maji imeongezeka, streams zimekuwa na maji, kumekuwa na a lot of flowers. Kwa hivyo tukaona ni lazima tuweke mizinga ndio tuwe tukipata income kutoka kwa asali.
Communities all over Kenya have embarked on a mission to reverse the effects of climate change by growing trees.
Nyandarua and Laikipia counties are home to so many community members, and this has also spillover effects because when the up catchment areas have been destroyed, there is a lot of conflict, resource-based conflict downstream, all the way going down even to Samburu counties and other counties to the north. So the project started as a way to try and address the issues that were by then affecting destruction within the forests.
The negative impacts of loss of forest cover have been the cause for reduced water resources, poor performing agricultural sector and land that is quickly becoming arid due to stress. But all is not lost.
The community has been able to take action by themselves, and one of the key things they have done is that they've been able to organize themselves into groups. One, to be able to act as watchdogs, and to ensure that then they're demanding for transparency and accountability from the leaders that they have elected to help them ensure that they manage environmental resources effectively.
There were two associations called Kamukima and Makuli, which had participatory forest management plans. And PAFRI enabled them to capacity build them and also took them for an exchange visit. And now they are really doing very well because they're able to protect the forest from intruders, especially the encroachers. And we have the buffer zones. The buffer zones are the ones which are 5 kilometers away from the forest.
All over Kenya, there exists efforts towards reversing negative effects brought about by mismanagement of our environment. Stakeholders have come together to work with communities to respond through various initiatives spearheaded by an organization called Act, Change, Transform, who together with other non-state actors is implementing a 4-year natural resources management program called Changieni Rasili Mali. A huge part of the program is advocacy-based and deals with issues that affect the population directly. One such issue is limestone mining, a serious environmental hazard affecting the people of Kilifi County.
Wananchi wanateseka kutokana na baruti ambazo kwanza mlio wake ni mkali sana, unasumbua masikio. Ile baruti ikilipuka huwa kunaenda kitu ambacho ni mtingisiko. Hili jengo linapasuka na huko kuna nyumba ambazo ni nyingi sana zimepasuka kutokana na mtingisiko huo. Vumbi hutoka lile linalorushwa na baruti, huenda sana na lina harufu kali sana. Ukilisikia likija, ukilivuta kwa pua linachoma sana, na kutokana na yale watu wengi wameanza kudurika, wasijue ni tatizo gani. Sasa kuna madhara mengi. Hayo ndio yalikuwa kiasisi cha wananchi kutaka msaada, ndipo huria ilipokuja kwa mwaliko wa wananchi, na tangu hapo ndilo jambo ambalo linashughulikiwa mpaka leo hii.
The factory guys had like abandoned the whole community. But after we started our advocacy, we could monitor the emissions, because he used to release those the dust thing any time of the day. But now we know that he does that only in the night at 3. The blastings at the quarries have reduced. The noise level has reduced. And he's also watering the roads that people were really complaining about, that the roads are dusty.
Tumepata uwezo wa kupeleka ajenda zetu kuanzia kamati ndogo ndogo hizi za makaya. Tumepitia kwa maofisi na kujitambulisha na kutambulikana. Hizo ni faida ambazo tunaziona.
We have been able to reach out to a big number of more than 60 institutions and small organizations working on natural resource management and environment. The program is a flagship when it comes to civil society support, not only for Sweden but also for other development partners in Kenya in this particular area. So far we are very happy with the results and as I said, especially the outreach of the program.
With the new government, where we have counties in place, we hope that some of the experiences that are realized in some counties can be replicated in other counties. For example, through the program, we are supporting the drafting of environmental laws.
Many of the bills that have been done, many of the laws and policies that have been done, they have been done in Nairobi. But this is high time, and this is in the spirit of the devolution, to involve the communities there as we do the various policies.
The Changieni Rasili Mali, commonly known as CRM, seeks to complement and support the already ongoing cooperation with the government of Kenya in the natural resources sector and contributes to the achievement of the objectives of 10% forest cover in Kenya as enshrined in Vision 2030. Imagine that we all throw garbage, junk and rubbish away anyhow. Imagine there was no authority to supervise waste management activities from all the sources. Imagine we all just sent our rubbish to a nearby river or channel our sewer system to the lake. That is a recipe for disaster for our environment. Waste or pollution that end up in water bodies negatively change the chemical composition of the water and as such will affect all ecosystems existing in the water.
Hapa Naivasha, watu wengi wanategemea the natural resource ya Lake Naivasha sababu ya ajira. So ukisikia flower farm zote zinategemea maji kutoka pande ile. Mambo na fishing na tourism. So unapata takataka mingi ambayo inatoka kwa estates formerly yote ilikuwa inakuwa swept away inaenda mpaka kwa lake. Hiyo ni changamoto na tukaona lives ya lake ilikuwa iko threatened. So tukasema tuta address hii gap kwa kuokota hii takataka ili isiweze kwenda pande ya chini, tunaiokota na peleka dumping site.
The Naga group is a group that came to be as a result of undergoing a number of training. Given that they are now a group, they've been able to marshal the support of the different stakeholders, including the flower farms, including the landowners and the landlords within Naivasha, for purposes of improved waste management.
Changieni Rasili Mali program has so far put in place long-term initiatives that are improving the living standards of communities and increasing their knowledge in environmental conservation. Such initiatives include technologies aimed at reducing fuel wood consumption such as biogas where animal waste finds necessary use. Communities have also been taught on water harvesting techniques and sustainable land management. A broad spectrum of other environmental protection is being tackled through mainstream media broadcasts and social media, as well as through interpersonal communication.
Our project had the component of media, which is a TV show, and then our project also had a component of engaging with the partners to understand their issues. Our project also had social media component. So we built an interesting brand that we called Jua Tender, Know and Act. We have Jua Tender on Facebook and Twitter. We have Project Green TV show on Facebook and Twitter. We have a YouTube channel. Every story that we aired brought some action, either from national government or county government or private sector or some of the players within, stakeholders within the environmental sector.
Over the 4 years that it has been in existence, the results from Changieni Rasili Mali are evident. Trees are back, water flows, bees make honey, agriculture thrives, and natural resources are well managed for future generations.